Joining us now, New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney from House Small Business, along with Congressman Jeff Van Drew from House Homeland Security. It's a pleasure to spend this Friday evening with you both. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be on.
Okay, Congresswoman, first to you, the Democrats' Week on Crime agenda. Authorities released a suspect who tried to stab Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Representative Lee Zeldin during his speech slamming New York's weak bail reform. This happened outside Rochester, New York. But Congresswoman, the 43-year-old suspect, David Jakubonis, immediately released. He was charged with second-degree attempted assault. He was released. Congresswoman, this is revolving turnstile justice system on full display. What's your reaction when you saw this?
This is horrific. I just spent two campaign stops with Lee Zeldin and his amazing Lieutenant Governor, Allison Esposito, who's a former New York City police officer. And she was instrumental in interfering and trying to subdue this attacker. This is terrible. First of all, why was this person charged with attempted assault? It was attempted murder. He said, "You're done, you're done, you're done." And he had a dangerous weapon in his hand. And then also, Lee Zeldin, my colleague who's running for governor, he's our nominee of the Republican Party, is also a sitting member of Congress. There is a federal statute, Section 18 U.S.C. 351, that covers that. This is a felony under federal statutes. Where is U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland? Where are the local representatives in New York State, the U.S. attorneys, the FBI? Why aren't they protecting this congressman whose life was threatened at a rally, at a public rally, and also spurred on by, Kathy Hochul, our governor, who urged people to come and protest and stand up to Lee Zeldin, much the way Maxine Waters and other Democratic operatives have done. Eric Holder famously, we go low, just kick them next time.
So, Congressman, we understand exactly what you're saying, Congresswoman. Congressman Van Drew, can you take on what the Congresswoman just said? Because Representative Zeldin also predicted he would be immediately released. He's reportedly not seriously injured, but his Lieutenant Governor nominee, Allison Esposito, reportedly cut with a blade while she tried to take him out.
This is unbelievable, and it just shows how what this majority party, this radical left-wing majority party is doing. Let me be really clear on here. Here is somebody that did attempt murder. The Congresswoman was exactly right. Thank God that didn't happen. But nevertheless, they put him in prison, as they are doing with thousands across the country in all our major cities. It isn't just outside Rochester. It's in Philadelphia. It's in areas across the country where all of this is happening. We are literally taking bad people and letting them out. Let me tell you what I believe in. I believe in 3 strikes and you're out. What I believe in is when you commit a serious, aggressive, violent crime, you're in prison for a while. And if you do it and it's too violent and too serious, you're never coming out.
Yes.
We've got to bring back real justice and real law and real quickly. You know what we do? When this happens, I'm surprised the super left-wingers aren't going to go out and say we should make sure that nobody has knives anymore. We go against good law-abiding people and we make even more severe gun laws, but we let bad people out of prison on a rotating basis. It is shameful, and we're killing our country.
People are using knives, to the Congressman's point, Congresswoman. Knives are out there. They focus on guns, but their knives are a problem. President Biden condemned this attack, so did the New York governor, but neither are citing New York's Democrats' weak on crime laws. Here's the thing. If you're charged with criminally negligent homicide, second-degree manslaughter, or money laundering in support of terrorism in New York, you can be released without having to post any cash bail. And that's now true for dozens of crimes.
These are repeat offenders. We have constant repeat offenders. And by the way, Parenton, where this incident occurred against Congressman Zeldin, is just outside Rochester. Rochester, New York, home of Xerox, Kodak, all these great companies that have all left because of New York's horrible economic policies. Now we have among the highest crime rate per capita in the city of Rochester, in the same county where this incident occurred. And again, encouraging these people to go forward. I guarantee you, if Lee Zeldin had been a Democrat, this guy would be behind bars. He wouldn't be enjoying a nice, comfortable dinner tonight after trying to kill our congressman and also our governor candidate. He went after him with it was like a brass knuckles type of defense thing with a very sharp points on it, and he was going for his neck to try to kill him by stabbing and cutting him in the carotid artery, which would have been fatal. This is a serious crime that's being poo-pooed by the Democrats, but there are all kinds of citizens, not just congressmen and candidates. There are citizens across this state and this country who are in peril, who are looking for us to pass common sense laws. As the congressman said, we need to start holding people accountable. When you commit a crime, you need to be held accountable. If it takes going to jail, you need to be off the streets. The primary job of our government is to keep us safe and secure.
You know, to the congressman's point, Congressman Van Drew, just 15 miles away from this scene, 2 cops were shot. One is now dead. That also just happened outside Rochester in upstate New York. And this, too, an entire police department outside Raleigh-Durham in North Carolina today resigned. They all quit. They cited a hostile work environment. There's a police shortage nationwide because of plummeting morale because of the Democrats' defund police and attacks on cops. But here's what we've got. We've got President Biden. He's got a $37 billion package for crime prevention. Notably, this is coming 4 months ahead of the midterms. The question is, why now? But, Congressman, it's like a third of it, about a third of it is only to hire and retrain 100,000 cops. Most of it is pork and the Democrat wish lists on things like community grant programs.
No question about it. It mostly is pork. It's typical of what they do. And then, you know, if we vote against it as Republicans, they'll say we don't want law and public safety. No, the truth is they've brought our country down in a dozen different ways, probably more than a dozen different ways. And this is just another way. And you know what's sad? First of all, I want to compliment Lee Zeldin. He went back up and he finished his job and he showed a lot of courage. Secondly, I want to say it isn't just congressmen, though. It's the average everyday person that's out on the street that literally has to worry about their children and their grandchildren, about their moms and dads, and about themselves. Yeah. What are we doing to America? You know, the bad guys in jail and they stay in jail.
You know, we've got minorities speaking out, African Americans, Hispanics, Asian Americans. They're scared, Congresswoman, to what Congressman Van Drew was just saying. Crime is slamming their communities. We have a Minneapolis neighborhood now crowdfunding to pay for extra police patrols just 2 years after their city council pledged to end policing as we know it.